every word that I would say to Frankie, Kat would just be there like Hey guys, I am going to be telling you the story of my crazy ex-best friend. And when I say crazy, I mean crazy. I'm going to call her Kat because I don't have any friends named Kat. It's just the easiest thing to say. And she's very catty, so I mean it fits her very well. We became friends in 8th grade and we became best friends in freshman year of high school. During freshman year, I started dating Frankie. She did not like this at all. I don't know why. She was very controlling, and every time that I hung out with Frankie, which was not that often, she got really mad. While Frankie and I were dating, we would go hang out and watch my brother play baseball for the high school. Kat was always there. We'd be sitting down watching the game and I was in the middle, Frankie would be on my left and Kat would be on my right. Kat didn't not like Frankie, but she did not like the fact that we were together. I tried to make conversation with Frankie. I would say one word and Kat would get super mad. She would give me this glare. I remember, it haunts me in my dreams, the glare that she'd give me literally every single day, 10 times a day. That is some scary shit. She never talked to me, she would just text me. She would say, I need to go to the bathroom. I'd be like, okay, go to the bathroom. And she'd text me, no, you need to come with me. Why do I need to come with you to the bathroom? Then she'd reply, I need to talk to you. So, being a good friend that I was, I would go to the bathroom with her and she would usually start crying. She cried a lot and say, you know, you are completely ignoring me. Why does he have to be here? I just want to hang out with you. And I was with her 24/7. 24/7. I hung out with Frankie probably like 10 times the whole time that we dated the first time, because that's a whole nother story. Anytime I would hang out with anyone else, she would get so mad, so mad. Let's fast forward to my 16th birthday party. Not 16, sorry, 15th birthday party. The worst birthday party that I have ever had in my life. Frankie and Kat were there. My mom, she noticed that I was only talking to Kat and not Frank. Every word that I would say to Frankie, Kat would just be there like, he's my boyfriend, let me talk to him. This is when I started like realizing that she's controlling, like the summer before sophomore year. This is where all of the shit happened. I was supposed to take my friend, my like other best friend, to California with me and my mom because my mom and I go to California almost every summer. California is my favorite place ever. The friend that was supposed to come with me couldn't come, so of course Kat found her way in. A couple weeks before I actually went to California, I was talking to this guy named Clive. We met on Instagram and everything, and at this time Frankie and I were not together. Clive and I, we were just like friends. We thought it'd be really cool to meet one day. Clive lived 6 hours away from where I was going. He said that he would drive those 6 hours to come meet me. I was just like, yeah, like this would be an awesome experience. The day that we were leaving to go to my mom's house, my mom lives 2 hours away from where I actually live, and so we had to drive to her house before we could drive to California. So my dad was driving, Kat was in the back seat, I was in the front seat. Kat was so mad that I was not in the back seat with her that she was tapping my shoulder the entire way to my mom's house. She lives 2 hours away. Imagine being tapped continuously for 2 whole hours. That's obviously nothing compared to what happened later in the story, but we get to my mom's house and the next day we wake up early and we are driving to California. But we get to California, we stayed with my brother. He had this king-size bed. Me and Kat slept on that bed and my mom slept on the couch. I am a very touchy person, but I like my space. So I was on the very edge of the bed, the king-size bed. Kat would be cuddling up next to me every single night. I'm hanging off the bed. The whole bed is completely open. She has to sleep right there on me. That wouldn't really bother me that much, except for the fact that like it was super hot and I would ask her, I'd be like, hey, can I have some space? I'm trying to sleep. And she'd start crying and be like, no, I just want to cuddle you. Fast forward a couple of days, Clive and I are talking and we are planning to meet at Santa Cruz. Me, my mom, and Kat, we get there really early in the morning and we start going on all the rides. We go to the arcade and I'm having fun with my mom. But Kat, she got super sunburned the day before because my brother took us to the water park and I felt terrible for her. She was completely burnt, but that's what she gets for not putting sunscreen on, I guess. She always was grumpy, but this day when we were at Santa Cruz, she was super grumpy. She did that little face. That was literally her face the entire day. Only like 2 hours into the day and she was constantly complaining. My mom also took us out for dinner, bought us a bunch of stuff. We brought her on this trip. We brought Kat on this trip with us. We didn't get one thank you. My mom was really mad about that. After like a long day of her complaining, Clive texts and says that he's there. And Kat instantly just got super quiet. She didn't say one word. We meet Clive. She gets super mad and walks away. Mind you, Santa Cruz is full of people. It is literally packed with people. We have no idea where Kat is. But it's me, my mom, Clive, and Clive's mom. We have no idea where Kat went. We are in charge of her. Her mom is not there. We lost her. She just walked away. And so I'm texting her and she is not answering the phone. And when I find her, she's on the phone with her mom. So she had been calling her mom and complaining about how terrible we were being to her. And I was getting really angry at this point with how she was acting. But I kept cool because I was gonna have fun. Clive was there, we were gonna go on the rides and have fun. And I wasn't gonna let her ruin my day any more than she already had. So I just stopped, you know, paying any attention to it and I was just having fun, going on the rides and all of that stuff. On the way home from Santa Cruz, she just started bawling. She was bawling her eyes out. She started telling us basically that she felt like she had depression and all of this stuff, and my mom and I were there for her. She's saying that she wants to go home and that she can't stay in California anymore, and we have like 3 more days in California. So she calls her mom, has my mom talk to her mom, and she's basically just like super upset and making my mom and me feel really uncomfortable. It was just not a good time. So like I said, every night she did the same thing. She slept on me. It was not fun. But that night, before that happened, there was a big spider in the corner of the room and I was just mad at her, but I was like subtly mad at her. I didn't, you know, yell at her or anything. She was saying that she wasn't gonna go to sleep unless that spider was killed. I'm not gonna kill it. If you can't sleep with the spider up there, you can kill it. I'm going to bed. So I laid in bed and she started bawling again. And she's like, why do you have to be such a terrible friend? Kill the spider for me or else I'm not sleeping. And I'm just like, I'm going to bed. If you have a problem with that spider, you can kill it. She was getting so upset over the fact that I wouldn't kill the spider for her. Left the room. About 10 minutes later, she came in with a shoe and just smashed it, like super angrily. She took it out on that poor spider and she got in the bed. I thought maybe because she was mad at me, she'd sleep on the other side of the bed. But no, she's like, I'm sorry. Gets up to me and cuddles me. And at this point, I am livid. I am just like, I want to go home. You are ruining my trip. Get away from me. But I'm keeping it in. I'm keeping it in here. The rest of the days go by. I'm just trying to keep to myself. She completely is ruining my trip. California is my favorite place ever, and at this point I was like, I hated it. I wanted to go home. The entire time we were there, I was like texting people back home, you know, trying to get away from her. Kat, would just constantly yell at me and start crying and yell at me because I was on my phone. I wasn't paying enough attention to her. So like confused by why she was so upset the whole time, but I was so done at this point. I was done. So we are going home now. We are driving back and my mom wanted to drive through like the redwood forest, So we're driving and I am done. I'm sitting in the front with my mom. Instead of being tapped for 2 hours, I get rubbed for 15 hours. 1-5. And it's not like, at first I kind of liked it, you know, who doesn't like to be rubbed? But when she's starting to like really like get into it, I looked at my mom. She just like looked at me and she's like, girl. My mom was getting so uncomfortable. Like I don't think the way that I'm saying it really shows how like weird it was. My mom is starting to like sense that Kat has feelings for me, and it is making her very uncomfortable because she knows that I do not have feelings like that for her. And at this point I'm just like, I'm done with Kat. I want to go home. We have to sleep one more night together before I get home in a hotel. And there's 2 beds, so my mom sleeps in one bed. I don't know why I didn't sleep with my mom, but I slept with Kat in that bed. She once again was trying to come up to me and cuddle me. And I told her, I was like, girl, I have a bubble. And I told her that, my words exactly. I have a bubble, give me some space right now. I don't want any drama, just like give me some space. She starts hysterically crying yet again. She goes into the bathroom, comes back out of the bathroom, gets in the bed. She once again, after I just told her that I needed a bubble, or that I had a bubble, once again comes up to me, starts cuddling. I break. I'm like, girl, I need some space. Get on your side of the bed. Leave me alone. I am done. I was so done. She's still hysterically crying. I really don't remember one time that she wasn't hysterically crying the whole trip. She looks at me after she calms down and she says, give me your phone. Girl, what did you just say? And she says, give me your phone. Why do you need my phone? And she says, I need to tell you something. Why don't you just speak like a normal person? Speak to me. What is wrong? Why are you acting like this? And she says, I miss my mom. I understand that a lot of people get homesick and that they miss their mom. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you take it to this point where you miss her so much that you ruin everyone's trip and you act like a complete bitch the whole time and you are terrible. Missing your mom is no excuse to act like that. So I just like turned off the light, I flipped over, and I tried sleeping. Like I said, I was done. That's my story of my crazy ex-best friend. This is like the biggest relief to just like get this off my chest. And I hope you guys like this, and I hope that you guys don't have to deal with people like Kat. Alright loves, best of luck with your lives and your friend choices. Bye.